Thank you to U.S. Attorney Alexander Ubayas for making time to come in and talk with us. You can expect to see Russell and the rest of our team of correspondents a bit more frequently in the coming weeks and months as we transition through longtime host Gene Grant's departure. That's why we invited our 3 lead correspondents to the studio together, to reintroduce them to you, our audience, and to let them explain in their own words the types of stories they're interested in exploring each week. Alongside Russell Contreras and Antonia Gonzalez, here's Gwyneth Doland.
Thanks, Lou. I'm New Mexico in Focus political correspondent Gwyneth Doland, and I'm happy to be in studio today with Antonia and Russell, who you just saw interviewing the U.S. Attorney. Antonia, you've done some great work here on New Mexico in Focus 2, speaking with Leona Morgan about the history of nuclear development on the Navajo Nation just a couple of weeks ago. I know I'm at the head of the table today, but not for any good reason. We've all been doing this for a long time. But I want to start with you, Antonia. Can you tell us, just refresh the audience, reacquaint them with you, what you've done in your career so far, and the type of work you are mostly doing here at the station?
Well, I'm a proud citizen of the Navajo Nation, and I grew up in Arizona and New Mexico. I went to the University of New Mexico, got my journalism degree way back when, long time ago. And then I started out as a commercial television reporter. I had great mentors. Famous investigative reporter Conroy Chino, that's well known here in New Mexico. He was one of my mentors back in the day. So I did a little bit of commercial television until I found my passion in native radio, which I've been doing for, a couple decades now. And I'm still doing it, obviously. And of course, here, my work with New Mexico PBS, mostly covering tribal issues and mirroring a lot of the work that I'm doing on the radio.
We are very fortunate to have you doing it. Russ, how about you? How long have you been a journalist? We don't have to have an exact year, but what were you doing before you came to us?
Well, I started my career in the 90s, working in Houston, working on alternative news weekly publications, and then I took my career to New York and then Boston and back here. This is my second time in New Mexico. You know, the stories I cover now at Axios are around race and justice, and that's looking at how race plays a role in the debates around our political system, what's going on. The country is becoming more diverse, it's becoming younger, but yet we seem to not be able to reconcile our history, and that will spill over in how we debate things about education, about our political system, like who can hold office, who's eligible to hold office. These are intense debates that don't go away. And this reminds me of some of the stuff that you cover here in state government. You've been doing this for about a decade, covering our legislatures when it begins in January. Where can we find you when you're not sticking a mic in a lawmaker's face? What are you up to now?
It's pretty tough doing this session. As everyone knows, the legislative session just throws your regular life up in the air. But, you know, I'm teaching most of the time now. I started in alt weeklies too, Russ. In the 90s, and then I spent about 10 years in newspapers. Then I moved to politics online and did some radio, and then came here to TV. And I've been teaching for about 13 years. That's as long as I've been here. And I started teaching just one class at a time for fun, and now I've sort of flipped my career where I'm mostly teaching. I'm a professor now, and then I come over here to spend time with you and cover the legislature, do some elections, and when I ask nicely, they let me do some interviews with authors and artists, something that's a little, more colorful.
Gen X power, that's what I say.
That's right. We got to stick together, right? Antonia, speaking of political coverage, you've done some of that too, and that's one of your areas of expertise. You have been interviewing both candidates for both of the leading candidates for the Navajo Nation president ahead of last year's election. What type of stories are you really interested in doing now, moving forward?
Well, we're going to have definitely with the election, we're going to have more election coverage, and it's not just the tribal candidates and the tribal leaders, but national elections, state elections, because of course, Indian country is important when it comes to having those relationships. Of course, the federal government has a trust responsibility to tribes.
It's a big constituency.
Yeah, and so, here in New Mexico, we have 23 tribes, and there's a lot that goes on here. So definitely election coverage coming up. I just finished doing a couple stories in Santa Fe. One was talking to artists at the Santa Fe Indian Market, and also this really neat Alaska Native Parka exhibit that's being shown in Santa Fe through next to April. And so those are a couple stories that are going to come out pretty soon. And definitely healthcare, education, housing, anything and everything that has to do with Native people.
People often think that we're really into our own little beats, but the thing that that sort of unifies us as journalists is this relentless curiosity, right? Russ, you've had some pretty good interviews, some fairly high-profile interviews in recent months. You did Bernalillo County's new district attorney, and then the interview we just saw today with U.S. Attorney Alex Ubaez. But then you've also spoken with authors and professors. What should viewers be looking for you to do in the coming months? What are you really into right now?
Well, when we get a guest in the studio, we ask them, just give me 10 minutes. I wanted you to able to listen to how we dive into this person's life. We try our best here to get the guest to go beyond talking points. A lot of politicians will come in here, they're very coached by political consultants, and their whole goal is not to get in trouble. We want to help get them, push them aside, and tell us something different. Look, we're in the poorest state in the nation. We have a lot of challenges here. If a politician is just sitting, throwing out talking points and not giving us anything, we're not going to advance. We need to ask the tough questions. How are you different? It's not enough to say, I'm for my children's future, or I'm anti-pothole. We should all be that way, right? That makes no, tell me something what keeps you up at night. And this reminds me of what you do as a political correspondent. You bring up a lot of things about our political landscape. You talk about reproductive rights, you've talked about redistricting. In the coming days, what are you interested in? What really captures your imagination about our political landscape, and what are you going to be doing in the next coming months?
I liked what you said earlier about young people and the changing demographics and the changing ideas of the people who are starting to vote now and the people who are going to be our future lawmakers. We've got a fairly fresh crop of lawmakers in Santa Fe right now. It's been a very interesting time of transition of power over the past 5-6 years. A lot of new voices up there, a lot of changes within the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. All of this is making us kind of re-examine dynamics that really had been fairly stuck in place for decades. And now it's kind of a new game, which I find really interesting. Of course, this January, we're going to be talking about money, because it's a budget session. Some of these are going to be familiar themes. Oh, hey, we've got a whole bunch of oil and gas money right now. What are we going to do with it? But the nature of these conversations is different. Now people are talking in different ways. And, we often do these things as reporters where you plan an interview and then you think, okay, what's she going to say when I ask that? Okay, she's going to say that, I know. And then I'm going to say this, right? And you can basically kind of plan interviews out because you know this politician. With an artist, you can never predict that, right? But with politicians, you can. But I'm finding this harder and harder. And that's what's keeping me really interested, looking out for the people who are now my students, who are going to be graduating, getting real jobs in news, and then buying houses and becoming members of their communities, and all of a sudden becoming interested in the school board and taxes and development and all these kinds of things. So I keep my students in mind when I'm doing all of this reporting. Not just, is this going to be relevant to them when they see it, but looking out for their interests,
Especially as the media changes its landscape, we have to really consider how do we use media to hit our consumers. We got to think about newsletters. We got to think about podcasts. We got to think about non-traditional ways to go after these news consumers who are going to be shaping our state's future.
Yeah, my students never watch this show at 7 o'clock on Friday, but they see it on YouTube, right? All the time. So we'll check in with them there. Well, it was great catching up with you all, and I look forward to working with you in the coming months and doing some really great television. Thank you.